So here we are in October in North Vancouver, and this is kind of now our reality. Dark, gray skies, lots of rain. If you're like me, at a certain point in the near future, you're going to start to feel a little bit oppressed, a little bit burdened by all of this heavy darkness, and in a very small, superficial way, that's similar to what the Christians in the city of Smyrna were experiencing in the first century. A group of followers of Jesus who were being hard-pressed on a number of different sides, and Jesus speaks into that situation. In Revelation chapter 2, where we were this past Sunday, he speaks right into this, and he says, essentially, I know what you're going through. Like, I know it. I've been there. I'm with you in it, Jesus says. I know your afflictions. I know your poverty. I know the slander that you're experiencing. I know how the devil's going to throw you into prison, how you're going to suffer persecution. And the thing that Jesus doesn't say directly, but the thing that is clear throughout all of this is that Jesus is in control, and yet he's going to let it happen. He's going to let the Christians in Smyrna experience all this. And here's the other thing that becomes clear from this letter, is that they didn't do anything to deserve it. Of all of the letters in Revelation 2 and 3, this one, Jesus has nothing against this church. There's nothing that he criticizes about this church. They've been faithful. They've loved him. They've kept their first love. And yet, despite of all of that, Jesus says, this is going to happen to you, and I'm going to let it. And then Jesus gives them some words to kind of go by. He says you need to be faithful, you need to not be afraid, you need to keep your eyes on the prize. But the thing that surprises, and those are important things, of course, the thing that surprises me, and perhaps surprised you too, is that when Jesus says, I know the persecution you're going to experience, he doesn't say, and I'm going to stop it, I'm going to protect you from it, but rather, it's going to happen, and I'm going to be with you in it. And perhaps in your life, or as we think about our church in this moment in our cultural history, we see that more and more we are going to experience similar types of things that the Smyrna Christians did. And I guess the thing I said on Sunday was that our prayer is not that God would keep us from it, but that he would make us faithful in the midst of it, and that he would be glorified in it. So my question for you, as you think about this, as you read this text, would be something like, why do you think Jesus allows us to experience persecution as his faithful people?